Are you living a life you've lived before? It's not just déjà vu. Millions around the world report experiences that can't be explained by chance or imagination. These aren't random coincidences, but potential keys to unlocking the mystery of reincarnation. The concept of past lives has intrigued humanity for centuries, spanning cultures and beliefs. Today, we're decoding 7 signs that suggest you might have tapped into the Reincarnation Code. As we unravel these clues, you might find yourself nodding along, recognizing these experiences in your own life. Before the signs, let's clarify what we mean by reincarnation. It's the belief that after death, our souls or consciousness continue to exist and are reborn into new bodies. This cycle of death and rebirth is thought to continue until the soul reaches a state of perfection or enlightenment. Many Eastern religions, including Hinduism and Buddhism, have long embraced this concept. In recent years, it's gained traction in Western thought too, with some researchers and psychologists exploring the possibility of past life memories. Reincarnation isn't just about coming back as a different person. It's believed to be a process of soul evolution, where each life offers new lessons and opportunities for growth. The experiences and knowledge gained in one life are thought to carry over to the next, even if we can't consciously remember them. This is where our 7 signs come into play. They're like echoes from past lives, subtle hints that our souls have been around the block more than once. Now, let's decode these signs one by one. Remember, having 1 or 2 of these experiences doesn't necessarily mean you've cracked the Reincarnation Code, but if you find yourself relating to several of these signs, you might be closer to unlocking the secrets of your past lives than you think. 1. The déjà vu dilemma. You're walking down a street in a city you've never visited before. Suddenly, you know exactly what's around the next corner. You've never been here, yet everything feels familiar. This isn't just ordinary déjà vu. It's a potential glimpse into a past life. Déjà vu, French for already seen, is a common experience. But when it happens frequently or intensely, it could be more than a glitch in your brain. Dr. Jim Tucker, a psychiatrist at the University of Virginia who studies children's memories of previous lives, suggests that intense déjà vu might be fragments of past life memories surfacing. These moments often come with a strong emotional charge. You might feel a rush of joy, a pang of sadness, or even a spike of fear that doesn't match your current situation. Pay attention to these emotions. They could be clues to experiences from a previous life. A study published in the Journal of Scientific Exploration found that 63% of people who believe in reincarnation report experiencing déjà vu more frequently than those who don't. While this doesn't prove reincarnation, it suggests a link between the belief and the experience. Next time you have a strong déjà vu moment, don't brush it off. Take a moment to analyze what feels familiar and why. You might be surprised at the detailed memories that surface. 2. The phobia puzzle. Do you have an intense fear that doesn't make sense? Maybe you're terrified of water, even though you've never had a bad experience with it. Or perhaps the thought of small spaces makes you break out in a cold sweat, despite never being trapped in one. These illogical fears could be breadcrumbs leading back to your past lives. Dr. Brian Weiss, a psychiatrist and well-known past life regression therapist, has worked with numerous patients whose phobias disappeared after exploring potential past life traumas. In his book, Many Lives, Many Masters, he describes a patient who overcame her fear of water after recalling a past life drowning experience. These fears often don't respond to logical reasoning or traditional therapy. You might know that elevators are safe, but that knowledge doesn't ease your panic when the doors close. This is because the fear isn't rooted in your current life experiences, but in experiences from a past life. A survey conducted by the Reincarnation Research Center found that 45% of people who believe they've lived before report having at least one unexplained phobia. Of those, 72% felt their fear was connected to a past life experience. Take a moment to consider your deepest fears. Do they make sense based on your life experiences? If not, they might be echoes from a previous life. Recognizing this connection can be the first step in addressing and potentially overcoming these fears. 3. The talent time warp. Have you ever picked up a new skill with surprising ease? Or found that you know things you've never learned? This inexplicable knowledge or talent could be a sign that you've cracked part of the Reincarnation Code. Child prodigies often baffle scientists and researchers. How can a young child play complex musical pieces without formal training? Or solve advanced mathematical problems with ease? While some attribute this to genetics or early exposure, others suggest these abilities might be skills honed over many lifetimes. Dr. Ian Stevenson, a psychiatrist who spent over 40 years studying children who remembered past lives, documented numerous cases of children with abilities that seemed to come from nowhere. In one case, a young boy in Sri Lanka could speak several languages he had never been exposed to in his current life. But it's not just child prodigies. Many adults find they have natural aptitudes for certain skills or subjects. You might pick up a paintbrush for the first time and find that it feels natural in your hand. Or start learning a new language and realize that certain words or phrases feel oddly familiar. A study published in the Journal of Transpersonal Psychology found that 38% of people who believe in reincarnation report having skills or knowledge they can't explain. Of those, 85% felt these abilities were connected to past life experiences. Think about your own talents and interests. Are there skills you've picked up unusually quickly, or subjects you understand with surprising depth? These could be more than just natural talents. They might be skills you've spent lifetimes perfecting. 4. The soulmate syndrome. Have you ever met someone and felt an instant deep connection? Like you've known them forever, even though you've just met? This intense, unexplainable bond could be a sign that you've known this person in a past life. Dr. Michael Newton, a hypnotherapist who specialized in past life regressions, coined the term soul groups. He believed that souls often travel together through multiple lifetimes, playing different roles in each other's lives. This could explain why some relationships feel so familiar and comfortable from the start. These connections aren't always positive. Sometimes you might meet someone and feel an instant dislike or tension, again without any logical reason. This too could be a sign of a past life connection, perhaps with someone you had conflict with in a previous life. A survey conducted by the Institute of Noetic Sciences found that 68% of people who believe in reincarnation report experiencing at least one unexplainably strong connection with another person. Of those, 79% felt this connection was due to a past life relationship. These soul connections can take many forms. You might meet your soulmate, someone you feel deeply connected to on a romantic level. Or you might encounter a soul friend, someone who feels like family, even though you're not related. 5. The memory mirage. Close your eyes for a moment. Can you picture a place you've never been? Or recall a vivid memory of an event you know you've never experienced? These aren't just flights of fancy. They could be fragments of past life memories breaking through. Dr. Jim Tucker, whom we mentioned earlier, has documented numerous cases of children with detailed memories of past lives. In his book, Return to Life, he describes a boy who had vivid memories of being a World War II pilot, including specific details about the plane he flew and the aircraft carrier he was stationed on. But it's not just children who experience these memory mirages. Many adults report sudden, vivid flashes of places or events they've never experienced in this life. These memories often come with strong emotions and a sense of familiarity that's hard to shake. A study published in the Journal of Scientific Exploration found that 35% of people who believe in reincarnation report having memories they can't explain. Of those, 62% felt these memories were from past lives. These memory mirages can manifest in different ways. You might have recurring dreams of a specific place or time period, or you might experience sudden flashes of memory triggered by certain sights, sounds, or smells. Next time you have a vivid memory of something you know you've never experienced, don't dismiss it. Write it down, note the details, and see if you can find any historical connections. You might be surprised at what you uncover. 6. The birthmark blueprint. Take a look at your body. Do you have any unusual birthmarks or unexplained scars? These physical marks could be more than just quirks of biology. They might be imprints from your past lives. Dr. Ian Stevenson, whom we mentioned earlier, conducted extensive research on this phenomenon. He documented numerous cases where children's birthmarks or birth defects corresponded to wounds or injuries they claimed to have suffered in a past life. In one case, a boy in Turkey had a malformed right ear and right side of his face. He also had memories of being shot on that side of his head in a previous life. A survey conducted by the Reincarnation Research Center found that 35% of people who believe they've lived before report having birthmarks or physical features they feel are connected to past life experiences. These physical markers aren't always negative. Some people report birthmarks that correspond to jewelry or clothing worn in a past life. Others find they have unusual physical abilities or traits that seem to come from nowhere. 7. The dream decoder. Do your dreams sometimes feel more like memories? Maybe you dream of being in a place you've never visited, or living a life very different from your own. These vivid, recurring dreams could be glimpses into your past lives. Dr. Stanislav Grof, a psychiatrist and one of the founders of transpersonal psychology, believed that dreams could be a gateway to accessing past life memories. In his book, The Cosmic Game, he describes patients who access detailed past life memories through dream analysis and holotropic breathwork. These past life dreams often have a different quality than regular dreams. They tend to be more vivid, detailed, and consistent. You might find yourself dreaming of the same place or situation repeatedly, with the dream picking up where it left off, like episodes in a series. A study published in the Journal of Scientific Exploration found that 42% of people who believe in reincarnation report having dreams they feel are connected to past lives. Of those, 81% said these dreams were more vivid and realistic than their usual dreams. Past life dreams can take many forms. You might dream of historical events in vivid detail, or find yourself living as a person from a different time or place. Sometimes, these dreams might explain current life situations or relationships. Start keeping a dream journal. Write down your dreams as soon as you wake up, noting any recurring themes or unusually vivid details. Over time, you might start to see patterns emerge. Patterns that could be clues to your past lives. If you have made it this far, comment down below with the word 100% to confirm that you have received the knowledge from this video. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.